welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to teach you how to make focaccia bread. I've been making this recipe for quite some time now, and I thought it would be delicious with Philadelphia cream cheese added to it. So Paula Dean, I'm taking your suggestions and trying it out. To begin with, I'm putting 2 cups of flour into my bowl. I need a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar, 2 packets of rapid rise yeast, and mix that up. Get everything blended in there and make a little well right in the center and add 1/4 cup of EVOO, 1 cup of warm water. Okay, now you're going to stir. And I don't know if you've made a yeast dough before, but I absolutely love the smell of yeast. I love it. I love making bread because I love playing with my food. I like to get my hands right in there and make one big mess. So once you get everything mixed in just like that, we're going to slowly add another cup of flour. Stir it in. You get a good workout doing this also. Okay, we're going to add some more flour. We want to make a soft dough with this. So we're just going to keep adding flour until it feels just right. Now I still have about 1/2 cup of flour that I haven't added. I'm going to knead the rest into my dough. So we need to get this out of the bowl, and I usually put a little flour on my spoon. Try not to make too big of a mess when I do this. Okay, here comes the fun part. Put some flour on your board. Scoop your dough out of there. And now you're ready to begin kneading. Add some flour to your hands so it doesn't stick to you. And the technique for kneading is like this. Pull it towards you, push it away, give it a turn, pull it towards you, push it away. And you keep doing that process, slowly adding flour until the dough quits sticking to the board just like that. And you'll also know that the dough has plenty of flour and has been kneaded enough by the way it feels. To me, this is the funnest part. Playing with the dough. Actually, if you take a smell, I love the smell too. Okay, so we're still kneading a little bit longer, adding our flour. I still have a little bit left in my cup. I'm going to try and add all of that in there, slowly kneading, turning and pushing the dough away from you as you go. Okay, now if you give the dough a poke with your finger, can you tell how it's springing back up? Come a little closer. I want you to see this. Okay, see how the dough springs back? That tells me it's perfect. Now it needs to take a nap. I'm going to put it in this bowl and cover it with a towel, and while this is resting for 10 minutes, we're going to make our delicious topping. My focaccia bread's taking a nap, and now we're going to make the topping. I have here sun-dried tomatoes in EVOO with some Italian seasonings, 2 cups. I'm going to put that in my food processor, along with 6 cloves of garlic. And you know what? I have some fresh rosemary that I picked out of my garden. And that would go wonderfully in my topping. So let's chop a little bit of that up to add into there today. It's so nice to have fresh herbs in your garden. I run out there, pick them, and in they go. It just adds that special taste to all of my dishes. Okay, now that's good. We're going to put it in the food processor. And we're going to turn it on until the garlic is minced up, nice and small. That looks perfect. Next, we're going to put in 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. This is a new flavor that I'm trying in my topping today, and I can't wait to try it. We're going to mix that up. And bingo, our topping is made. All I have to do now is wait for my bread to finish resting, and we are making focaccia bread. See you in a bit. I'm ready to put the topping on my focaccia bread. Poke it down first with your fingers. You make little dimples all over the dough like that, and that's going to hold all of your delicious topping that we've made here with Philadelphia cream cheese. Oh, this smells so wonderful. And I know it's going to taste just as good. I think I'm going to end up with a little bit extra topping here, but there's lots of fun things you can do with the leftovers. Spread it out nice and evenly. Just a thin layer. You don't want it too thick, but you want to be sure and cover all the nooks and crannies, so every bite that you take is bursting with flavor. I'm really excited to put this in the oven because then my house is going to smell absolutely delicious. I hope my neighbor comes by when I'm done because I like to share my food with her. We always have fun chatting, sharing food and iced tea. Okay, there's my sun-dried tomato and Philly topping. But I have another extra ingredient I'm sprinkling over the top today, and it's crumbled blue cheese. That's going to add another layer of flavor. So we're just going to sprinkle that on the top. I love blue cheese. It's one of my favorites, actually. Okay, there you have it. This is going to go in the oven at 390 degrees for 18 minutes. And when it comes out, I can guarantee you all the neighbors are going to be knocking on my door. I'll see you in a bit. I knew you'd come back when you smelled my bread. I'm just taking it out of the oven now. I'm not surprised. But you know what? I'm glad you came because I really can't eat this all on my own. Let's take it out of the pan. Put that right on our serving platter. And you know what? I'm going to put a little of my fresh rosemary that I picked out of my garden just to garnish it a little bit. I used some of that in my topping, and I think it spruces it up a little bit. Now, for the taste test, I'm going to pick the one with a lot of blue cheese on it because I love blue cheese. Okay. Yum! I think I'm going to put this piece away for myself, but I will share that. So glad you joined me today. Bon appetit!